Hey guys, just want to do a market update here talking about Pokemon and how it's looking right now as a whole. Prismatic Evolutions just came out, and I'm getting a lot of feedback, a lot of stories of people that weren't able to find it out at retailers at MSRP. There were a lot of game stores that were selling above MSRP. However, a lot of people, unfortunately, weren't able to get their hands on it on release day. I know some stores stocked before release day, some stores stocked on release day. GameStop was one of the stores that stocked on release day. A lot of people know that they stick to the release dates of these specific sets. And you had people lining up, 10, 15, 20 people lining up in front of the GameStops. And the unfortunate thing is that with GameStop, a lot of the stores had pre-orders already. And they also have in-store allocations. And I think the in-store allocations was like one case. And it was a limit of 2 per person. So if you weren't the first 5 in line, you didn't have any access to product at all. If you're lucky that they had a case for the general public. Now, there's a lot of people that did pre-order. And congrats to them. Their pre-orders did not get canceled for the most part. That's what I've heard. A lot of people weren't able to get their hands on any Prismatic Evolutions. And it's just kind of going back to that whole issue that Pokemon has addressed, that they will be ramping up productions. They will be bringing in more product into the space. That's going to be months from now. And the question is, will that be enough? Will that be enough supply to dampen the demand? Because we're going to have this set skyrocket. It's probably going to be a V recovery. The way that things are going right now and the pull rates are just terrible. It's probably going to be a V recovery with people ripping the set, chasing for those cards. And if that happens, sure, Pokemon does a massive reprint. What if the boxes are at 200? We're going to get a massive reprint and dock it down to 100. That's still twice the amount of MSRP. So it's gotten to the point where content creators outside of the Pokemon space, one name is Asmongold. He just did a video about how crazy Pokemon has gotten. And I got to tell you guys, this does not look good for the Pokemon hobby. This does not look good for us at all. We had Rev come off the video addressing his concerns about the Pokemon space. I won't go exactly into details of what he said. A lot of people gave him a lot of criticism about the things he said, but I think that at the end of that video, the bare bones of the video was that everyone is a part of this. Content creators are also at fault. Stores are also at fault. The main issue, the main person that we should point fingers at is Pokemon. How could you not see this coming? I understand with 2020, 2021, massive pandemic, you couldn't really see that there'd be massive stimulus checks and people would be using that on trading cards. And the Logan Paul fiasco would cause a huge upsurge in demand. I get that. You know how popular evolutions are, and you know exactly how popular these next incoming sets are. People have been talking about Rocket ever since it was leaked. They've been talking about Rocket for the longest time, and the fact that Pokemon, dialed back the production rate, and now they're bringing it back to max capacity. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I just feel like it's pretty poor planning on Pokemon's part. And the fact that we're getting this sort of extra attention now, it really does not look good for the Pokemon space. We've got a bunch of people fighting each other in Costco's. Everyone's running mad, trying to get these blooming water sets. And honestly, maybe it's just the way that Costco is managed. They got to do something, put these behind a service counter or something like that. The fact that this is happening makes me want a Pokemon market crash. I know it's scary for it to happen. It has happened with almost every era, but I think we definitely need one now. We need a Pokemon market crash to shake out a lot of the loose hands, to shake out a lot of these people that are here for a quick flip. We need a Pokemon market crash to teach people that over leveraging into Pokemon, it's not going to work for the long term. We need Pokemon to print enough supply in a short duration to crash the market. It's unfortunate because it's going to be people that are trying to make a living. It's going to be people, LGSs, that are caught over leveraging. This sort of behavior in the Pokemon space is not healthy. I used to just think, oh, this is good. This is growing pains. People are getting into Pokemon, and this is just growing pains. We just got to get past this. No, I think this has gotten a little out of hand. We've seen this with multiple eras. XY, we saw Roaring Skies, 300 box. Pokemon printed it to the ground, crashed the market, 300 all the way down to like below MSRP, like 70, 80 a box. We saw the same thing. Sword and Shield era, Vivid Voltage, boxes got to 200, 250 plus. Pokemon printed it to the ground, crashed the market, shook out a ton of weak hands. And history doesn't necessarily repeat, but it does rhyme. And I do think this is going to happen. Might not be this year, might not be the next sets. However, it's going to happen. Just be ready for it. Just remember that you love Prismatic Evolutions. And when it was going for 150, you were scouring all the retail stores for it. Just keep in mind, the people that are truly here for the long term are still here when sets like that tank. It's been a fantastic journey. It's been a fantastic era. However, at this stage, we need some market intervention by Pokemon. We really do, because it's getting a little too out of hand. When it happens, though, just remember how much you want to open these sets right now. How much you wish you had a box of Prismatic Evolutions for your personal collection. Just remember that, because when that happens, a lot of people that love the hobby before this craze will leave as well. For the long term, if you truly want to stay in this hobby, that's when you want to be picking up product. When all the loose hands are taken out, that's when you want to be picking up product. I don't know what this video is going to do. I'm pretty sure a lot of people resonate with this as well. And I just want to put this out there. Be ready for a market crash. I'm not sure when, but it will happen. And when that does happen, Pokemon can get back to a little bit of normalcy. That's all I got to say. Hopefully you guys are able to get your hands on Prismatic Evolutions. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Love you all. Peace.